All right, guys, the moment you was waiting for. Combining ratios, proportions together to make one superhuman problem. I'm just kidding. In this video, we're going to look at the applications of ratios with proportions. And we're going to answer question 4, and then we're going to transition into question number 5. And that will be it for chapter 6, section 2. Now, it says here for number 4, while on spring break, a group of friends burns 12 gallons of gas in the first 228 miles, then stops to refuel. If they have 380 miles yet to drive and the SUV has a 21-gallon tank, can they make it without refueling again? Let's see. Now, it says 12 gallons of gas was burnt in the first 228 miles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write that as a ratio. I'm going to compare that. 12 gallons of gas produced 228 miles. 228 miles. Now, they stop and refuel, so they have a full tank. We know they have 380 miles yet to drive. And we know the SUV holds 21 gallons of 21 gallons of gas in its tank. We want to know, can they make it without refueling again? Let's see. This is the same car. So that means the same units and the same measurements and the same rate will apply to the other 380 miles they have yet to drive. 380 miles doesn't tell me how many gallons of gasoline that I'll burn. The only thing that I know is that I have a 21-gallon tank. Because I do not know how many gallons will equal to 380 miles, I'm going to put that as X number of gallons. And that's going to be compared to the other 380 miles left. Since this is the same SUV, I can set this as proportions. These are ratios. I can write each of these ratios in this fraction form. 12 gallons of gas over 228 miles. X gallons of gas to 380 miles. Same SUV, same rate, set them equal to each other. 12 gallons over 228 miles equals to X gallons over 380 miles. If you notice here, both ratios have the same units of measurements. So that means they'll be able to simplify each other out. 12 over 228 equals to X divided by 380. Now, we're going to do what we did in the last video, and we're going to cross multiply. Oops. 12 times 380 equals to X times 228, which is 228X. 12 times 380 is going to be 4,560. And that equals a 228X. To get X by itself, we're going to divide both sides by 228. That's gone. X will equal to 20 when I divide that. And once again, this value right here represents gallons. So they will burn 20 gallons of gas driving 380 miles. But that doesn't answer the question, which is right here. can they make it without refueling? Suppose they fill the gas tank up to the max after they drove the first 228 miles. They will burn another 20 miles to get to their destination, which means they will still have 1 gallon of gas left in their tank. Can they make it without refueling again? The answer is yes. They can make it without refueling again. Out of the 21 gallons of gas that's in their tank, they will burn 20 gallons, leaving them with 1 gallon, which means they don't have to refuel to make it to the destination. All right, guys, I hope that problem made sense. Hope you enjoyed it. Take a minute to pause the video and copy it down if you need to. And I'm going to transition into question number 5, which will also be using the ratios and proportions. Number 5 says Martina runs 4 miles in 30 minutes. Oops. At the same rate, how many miles will she run in 48 minutes? 4 miles and 30 minutes. So 4 miles to 30 minutes. At the same rate, which means they're equal to each other, how many miles will she run in 48 minutes? X number of miles, because I do not know how many miles she will run as of right now in 48 minutes. If you notice, once again, the units of measurement are the same, which means I can just write that as a set of proportions without the units. 4 over 30 equals to X over 48. Now we're going to cross multiply. 4 times 48 equals to X times 30, which is 30X. 4 times 48 is 192, equals to 30X. To get X by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by 30. And in this case, I want to leave this as a decimal because miles are either in whole numbers or as in decimals. 192 divided by 30 is 6.4. Because X represents miles, that is going to be 6.4 miles. And that is the answer to number 5. So I'm going to zoom out so you both can see, so you can see both questions 4 and 5. You can ignore that at the bottom. That's something totally different that I was working on. I can't zoom out any further than that. So let me scroll up just a little bit. All right, guys. Hope this made sense. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is it to chapter 6, section 2. We're now going to transition into chapter 6, section 3, which is going to be mainly algebra. It is going to be the rectangular coordinate system. And then we're going to look at linear equations in 2 variables. And at the end of that lecture, we will also be looking at some applications to linear equations in 2 variables. Hope you guys enjoyed the videos. Hope you guys are understanding what's going on so far. If you need help, let me know. I'll see you soon. Take care.